run to each other for help whenever they need be. Like whatever happens to the guy, the first person to call is the girl, and whatever happens to the girl, the first person to call is the guy.
Yes.
I believe that feelings get to grow or come into the picture because of the more time that they spend with each other, which is a natural thing. Then the girl will start, maybe subconsciously start comparing every guy that comes into her life to the guy that is quote unquote her bestie. And then the guy starts comparing every girl that comes into his life quote unquote to the bestie, because that is the person that is in your life actively. So you'd like every other person that comes in to maybe beat the person, or at least be near to what the person is in your life.
Yeah.
It might be consciously or unconsciously. Exactly. So if we are going to bring in the spiritual aspects of it, or something about discipline or control, for them to remain best friends or besties, number one, those feelings has to, if it eventually comes in, which it normally does, maybe the girl starts catching feelings or the guy starts catching feelings. So if it does come in, it depends on the person that is catching the feelings to define or to re-ask him or herself, what do I really want
in this relationship?
Exactly. If the person still wants to stay as a best friend, the person has to kill off dead, like kill everything that is coming in.
Yeah.
If the person wants something more than a best friend, is either the person makes the other party known about it,
Yeah.
or just die in silence.
That's very interesting. Thank you so much for this beautiful clarification, especially on this issue of bestie. Social media influencer, Peace Ujuma.
Anyway, so what I have to say about this bestie stuff is, yeah, just like she has said, like I totally agree with every single thing she has said. In developing feelings, being best friends, maybe it may come because honestly you're always doing things with this person and so on and so forth. But even as that, I still believe that yes, you can really be close to somebody and this is the person you can always relate everything to, but you just know that if it's let's say something that will go beyond this best friend of a thing, we can't really do it. You get? We can't just do it. Like it's out of, but I don't know, it's just out of the equation. You just know, right? So to me, I have a best friend. Though me practically, I will tell you that okay, I'm a kind of girl that does the Christian stuff very well. So I know if I have a relationship, I know what my relationship entails. So I have a best friend. He's a male right now. He's the closest person I know that I have and I ever had.
Your best friend is a male?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. He's the only one that refused to give up on my very pestering character.
Okay.
You know. So he's a male. But in as much as okay, we have been best friends, we remain best friends. Though we are both Christians, we know when to like. I don't think there's anything like okay, feelings, exceptional feelings coming in, because we really know that you are best friends with somebody. So if you're even compatible for a relationship, you already know. So you can be you can be best friends with somebody and you know that okay, in terms of relationship, we're not even compatible. So why taking it further? So,
look at the eye I'm using to look at you.
But seriously, I really understand what you're saying, but I still believe
the possibility of best friends and compatibility. If you are not compatible, can you really remain best friends?
In terms of taking it further to a relationship or to a marriage, right?
Yes.
In terms of taking it further, you may really not. You just you just.
In other words, you are saying that your best friend cannot be your husband.
That's what I'm not trying to say at all, because that is what it's supposed to be.
But the fact of saying that you are not compatible, your best friend, and there is no compatibility, it also implies that someone whom you are compatible with is someone who could be your husband.
Yes.
In other words,
definitely.
the person that could be your husband cannot be your best friend, because your best friend there is no compatibility.
It's not supposed to be so.
Is there any possibility of compatibility between you and your bestie?
there should be certain things, right, that you know that, okay, when it comes to this area, okay, when it comes to me and my best friend, when it comes to spiritual strengthening, we're there. Beautiful. When it comes to building mentally, we're there. But there are some other things that you really know that, okay, for marriage, we can't just take, or for relationship, we can't take these things further. But we can just be building each other. But the reason why this particular bestie of it, where I don't support it, is in terms of marriage. I practically don't support you being, not even marriage, but you being in a relationship and your best friend is an opposite sex. I support that.
Okay.
You being in a relationship, your best friend or your husband should be your spouse, not any other person. Right? Exactly. But yes, you can still remain best friends with somebody and you're not taking it up to relationship, you're not taking it up to feelings, you're not taking it up to marriage. That's what I'm saying.
You're already coming into the issue of marriage. Because there are some persons who, though they are already married, yes, they still have opposite sex as their best friend.
I don't support that.
Okay.
It's a total no.
Okay.
Your husband or your spouse should be your best friend.
Should be your best friend.
Should be your best friend.
But you are already saying that a best friend cannot be your husband.
Now listen, for me in my case, having a bestie, there is a point that if because it is when you are eligible to do something that you tend to start considering, putting possible considerations. Let's assume now, okay, you're a girl that, you know, okay, I'm up to the age of getting married. Then you start considering things, right? You start considering people, possible people
around you,
within yourself. And let's assume you've looked at this person that has been your best friend and you know, okay, we can't really go. Maybe because of one or two things, I don't know. What about, okay, what if it's crucial issues like your genotype doesn't match or something like that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or you don't like where the person is coming from is not like, you understand some things.
So basically, really, okay, I'm sorry for cutting you short here.
Yes.
So basically what you're saying is two people, a boy and a girl, in this case scenario, are best friends, and maybe something, like I was saying before, definitely feelings will enter, but maybe they did not take it to the next level because of things out of their control, like genotype, or maybe the other person, where he came from, you just don't like it, and basically whatnot that they cannot control, that will make them to remain in the friendship zone as best friends without taking it to the other level. Thank you for that. So that is you also confirming what I say, that definitely feelings will show. Now in this your case scenario, I want to ask, what if for you, you have settled within your mind that this will not go beyond that, and you thought that your best friend is on the same page, thank you, with you? What if he is not, that he's having feelings that he is actually finding it hard to suppress? And what if subconsciously, that he cannot talk to you about, that all the females coming to his life, he has had you as a pedestal on which to judge them?
Yes, just like earlier on when you finished saying, I said I support everything you say.
Yeah.
Right, I said that, right? So for me, maybe it's possible, I don't know, it's possible, definitely, but that's when, just like I said, there are some stages that you get to in life, then you start asking questions. Just, you've said everything earlier.
Yeah.
Then it's not left for him to, okay, this and this and this, but if, can we take it further or something of that nature? But to me, it's practically possible that you can remain best friends.
All right.
But we are still on the same page.
All right. Thank you so much. We've been following these two persons, social media influencer and medical doctor, giving it to us back to back on the possibility of being a bestie and still having your boundaries. In other words, besties who could build each other spiritually, academically, and otherwise. Bearing this in mind, therefore, we are already communicating a message to you. The possibility of having a friend indeed, not just a friend in need, a friend that you can confide in, a friend that can help you to build yourself, a friend that you could buy Valentine gifts to. You drop your Valentine gifts.
You had to do that Valentine thing.
you pray together, you share pleasantries, you have fun. But then you still believe that there are levels you can't go. Probably because you are still best friends, but not yet married to each other. In other words, there are possibility of growing a best friend into marriage.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that. My beloved viewers, especially the Miscassion channel, just bear it in mind the possibility of growing your best into marriage. And unless that occurs, still keep your best friend intact within the circumference of besties.